A hijab is a religious veil worn by many Muslim women in the presence of any male outside of their immediate family, which usually covers the hair, head and chest. The term can refer to any hair, head, face, or body covering worn by Muslim women that conforms to Islamic standards of modesty. Another interpretation can also refer to the seclusion of women from men in the public sphere, whereas a metaphysical dimension may refer to the veil which separates man, or the world, from God. For some believers of the Quran, Hadith and other classical Arabic texts, the term khimar was used to denote a headscarf, and hijab was used to denote a partition, a curtain, or was used generally for the Islamic rules of modesty and dress for females. In its traditionalist form, the hijab is worn by Muslim women to maintain modesty and privacy from unrelated males. According to the Encyclopedia of Islam and Muslim World, modesty concerns both men's and women's gaze, gait, garments, and genitalia. The Quran instructs Muslim women and men to dress modestly. Some Islamic legal systems define this type of modest clothing as covering everything except the face and hands up to the wrists. These guidelines are found in texts of Hadith and Fiqh developed after the revelation of the Quran, but, according to some, are derived from the verses referencing hijab in the Quran. Some believe that the Quran itself does not mandate that women need to wear a hijab. In the verses of the Quran, the term hijab refers to a curtain separating visitors to Muhammad's main house from his wives' residential lodgings. This interpretation has led some to claim that the mandate of the Quran to wear hijab applied only to the wives of Muhammad, and not to entirety of women. Wearing hijab in public is not required by law in Saudi Arabia. It is required by law in Afghanistan, Iran and the Indonesian province of Aceh. Other countries, both in Europe and in the Muslim world, have passed laws banning some or all types of hijab in public or in certain types of locales. Women in different parts of the world have also experienced unofficial pressure to wear or not wear a hijab. The Quran instructs both Muslim men and women to dress in a modest way, but there is disagreement on how these instructions should be interpreted. The verses relating to dress use the terms khimar and jilbab rather than hijab. Of the more than 6,000 verses in the Quran, about half a dozen refer specifically to the way a woman should dress or walk in public. The clearest verse on the requirement of modest dress is Surah 24:31, telling women to guard their private parts and draw their khimar over their bosoms and say to the believing women that they should lower their gaze and guard their private parts, that they should not display their beauty and ornaments except what appeared thereof, that they should draw their khimar over their breasts and not display their beauty except to their husband, their fathers, their husbands' fathers, their sons, their husbands' sons, their brothers or their brothers' sons, or their sisters' sons, or their women, or the slaves whom their right hands possess, or male servants free of physical needs, or small children who have no sense of the shame of sex, and that they should not strike their feet in order to draw attention to their hidden ornaments. In Surah 33:59, Muhammad is commanded to ask his family members and other Muslim women to wear outer garments when they go out, so that they are not harassed. O Prophet, enjoin your wives, your daughters, and the wives of true believers that they should cast their outer garments over their persons. That is most convenient, that they may be distinguished and not be harassed. The Islamic commentators generally agree this verse refers to sexual harassment of women of Medina. It is also seen to refer to a free woman, for which Tabari cites Ibn Abbas. Ibn Kathir states that the jilbab distinguishes free Muslim women from those of Jahiliyyah, so other men know they are free women and not slaves or prostitutes, indicating covering oneself does not apply to non-Muslims. He cites Sufyan al-Thawri as commenting that while it may be seen as permitting to look upon non-Muslim women who adorn themselves, it is not allowed in order to avoid lust. Al-Qurtubi concurs with Tabari about this ayah being for those who are free. He reports that the correct view is that a jilbab covers the whole body. He also cites the Sahaba as saying it is no longer than a reader. He also reports a minority view which considers the niqab or head covering as jilbab. Ibn Arabi considered that excessive covering would make it impossible for a woman to be recognized, which the verse mentions. Though both Qurtubi and Tabari agree that the word recognition is about distinguishing free women, some scholars like Ibn Hayyan, Ibn Haytham and Muhammad Nasiruddin al-Albani questioned the ayah's common explanation. Hayyan believed that believing women referred